Hello and welcome to the final Ultimate CPU League broadcast of the regular season. It is game 6 time, final game of the season, and there's a lot to play for. And joining me in the broadcast booth for the second time in a row is my brother Ben. Yeah, there's really, right now, two of the teams in the league have already gotten their fates sealed. There's no way Geek Squad isn't making the championship, and there's no way Mountain Men are going to even get there. So, it comes down to the Warblers and the Offenders, and they won't be playing each other. They'll be playing, the Offenders are going to be hosting the Geek Squad, and the Warblers are going to be hosting the Mountain Men. But here's where it stands: the Warblers currently have a game ahead of the Offenders, but the Offenders do have more KOs. So, if the Geek Squad win or the Offenders lose, if the Warblers win or the Offenders lose, the Warblers are going to make it to the championship. But if the Warblers lose and the Offenders win, then it's very possible that the Offenders have enough KOs to break the tie and get themselves into the championship series ahead of the Warblers. So it's these next two matches are going to decide who faces the Geek Squad in the end. Absolutely. Who's going to face the Geek Squad? Well, our first game up here is going to be the Geek Squad at the Great Cave taking on the Offenders. Tale of two very different teams this season. The Geek Squad have been on a tear. They've only dropped one game in their first 5, whereas the Offenders have been not doing as well. They've dropped 3 of their 5 games, but they have picked up 2 later in the season to keep them in the conversation. Do you think? I know you're a Warblers supporter because you own the Warblers, but do you think the Offenders have a shot here to take it all the way to the championship, get ahead of the Warblers, and make it there? Yeah. The Offenders, obviously they won it all last year. They've been using a very similar team. Ness, last season's MVP, not really coming out too much this year. Some rough matches for Ness, not really living up to the reputation that he set for himself in that first season. But Villager has been winning games for the Offenders. Bowser and Sephiroth have been winning games for the Offenders. So it'll be interesting to see if the Offenders can pull off one more win and keep themselves alive in the playoff race, whereas the Geek Squad are going to be trying to just snuff that out. They're going to be trying to make it to the championship series with only 1 loss in a season. No undefeated season yet. We may never see it, but so far, the Geek Squad are as close as they come, almost as close as the Offenders. Well, this final match, we'll see if they can match the Offenders, record from last season. Well, you have to keep in mind, we're at the Great Cave here, one of the most unique stadiums in the league. Large space, but it's enclosed. You have those lava walls. It's difficult to plan for a stage like that. And in the past, the Offenders have used a lot of ranged characters. They're kind of deviating from that plan at the moment, just because the no repeats rule kind of forces their hand. And I think it's a similar thing for the Geek Squad. They're trying to put their best foot forward, but a lot of their best characters, have been used up earlier in the most previous match. So it'll be an interesting one to see, and I think it'll definitely be a match to remember. I hope it is, at least. I hope it is. So. All right, so here we are, Geek Squad at the Great Cave. Let's get right into the action. I am on my seat. 1, go! And here we are at the Great Cave. the final game of the second season. Yeah, not a good. You see, everyone's kind of going off into their own matchups. It looks like it's Kirby and Villager on one side, yeah. And then we got a four-way match, really, between Sephiroth, Bowser, Zelda, Ridley. Yeah, Ridley, the first kill. Good start for the Offenders. They're still low. This is their home stadium. They know this place. They know what to do here. You know, they know Team Attack is on, so they have to be wary of that. But overall, the Offenders have done well so far. And there goes another. There goes Villager. Oh, so it's evened up now. That's very true. But at the same time, once you hit 100% and you hit those lava, that's going to be an instant death, yeah. So right now, at the moment, we're tied on stocks. It seems like the Offenders have a slight... Oh, no, we're not tied on stocks anymore. The Offenders have taken a one-stock lead. Yeah, Sephiroth, if he touches the lava, he's done. That's basically the only way to get kills here. There he goes. And we're back to even. We haven't seen any. I know that there's the final Smash Ball can come around sometimes. Oh, there goes Villager. You know, you have some items like the beetles and the wind pipes, but no, we haven't really seen any final Smash Balls. You know, they do come around every now and then. Yeah, this is not looking good for the Offenders, but the Geek Squad aren't high. There goes Zelda. You know, they get one good hit on Ridley, he's gone, so it's not really as... the Geek Squad aren't running away with this as much as you might think. Yep. And there goes Ridley. And we're even on stocks once again, 4-4. There goes Kirby. If the Offenders can secure a kill, it becomes a 2v3. And it is very difficult to come back from that. Oh, and there we go. It is back to even. And now it's a 2v3 where the Offenders have to. This is bad news for the Offenders and their chances for this season. They need a massive comeback. And there goes Kirby! But there goes Sephiroth! It's 1-on-2, but it's Bowser versus Zelda and Ridley. And Bowser does have a percent advantage. If Bowser can get one kill here, I could see him taking... Oh, but he's gone up to 73. Bowser. Looking for a miracle here. Looking for a miracle. Oh, but it's gone. If Bowser could get it here, this could turn the tides. And Ridley has it. This could be it. Oh, and that's the game. And that's the game. And tragedy for the Great Cave Offenders at home. Going from a championship series win to missing the playoffs entirely. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, this does spell doom for the Offender season. Very unfortunate. I was rooting for them. They were the comeback story of the season. But unfortunately, the Offenders did fall here today, and they will not be making the championship series. And so we move on to our final game, though it's really a mere formality. It's the Mountain Men at the Warblers. Yeah, it's a brotherly rivalry, and as much as we love each other, right? We're brothers and everything. We love each other. We hate each other. It's the brother way. This is like no holds barred. I know and especially with the Kazuya trade that happened after that first round, this could really be like this could set the tone for how this rivalry goes in the future. So this is really the rivalry. Well, not the rivalry of the league, but the brotherly rivalry. The Warblers and the Mountain Men. The Mountain Men are out. The Warblers are in. Do you think Kazuya was really the catalyst here? I would say no. I would say no. Kazuya has only won a single game this entire season. You used him again. You lost the Geek Squad. So Kazuya played for round one. Kazuya played on the Mountain Men and lost the Warblers. Right, lost to you. Then in round two, because there was a trade, he was able to be used in round two by the Warblers and that team, and he lost to the Geek Squad. Then round four, Warblers used Kazuya and lost to the Geek Squad again. And then this is round six. So one win in 4 games for Kazuya. Yeah, but is there anything like? Have you changed anything about your strategy, or do you think just having Kazuya on your team has just made you better? So you think it's like just you stayed the course, you got a little bit lucky, Kazuya helped out. Is kind of been the story of your season. Yeah, apparently this season was their time to strike with that Kazuya trade. Here, and we're gonna be here at the Hanenbo, right? Your new stage. How have you been enjoying the Hanenbo so far as the Warblers' new stage? That doesn't make any sense. All right, and with that, I think let's just get into the game. All right, so it is the Mountain Men at Hanenbo facing the Warblers. Let's get right into the action. I better win this match. I'm telling you now. Cage. Let's go, Mountain Men. Let's go, Mountain Men. I went for a... Sorry, go ahead. It's definitely unique. It is one of the most unique stages there, up there with the Great Cave. But there's only 4 stages. Each stage is very unique. Each stadium is very unique in that way. But yeah, Hanenbo is definitely one of the most different ones. There's no real solid ground. Yes. Mountain Men, success! Succeed, Mountain Men! Yeah. So I decided to go for a more, I decided to go for a more, this has basically been my range team, Violet, Olimar, Barret. The only win I've gotten this season was with this team of 3 at the Great Cave. So this is why I chose him for this stage. And we're doing great so far. We're already 3 stocks ahead. Would a loss here make you feel kind of down about your championship series chances, Ben? Like losing to the worst team in the league right before the championship series, and it's the first time if the Mountain Men win here, it'll be the first time they ever beat the Warblers ever. They have not beaten the Warblers yet in their history. Yet the Warblers are not doing so good here. I almost wish we played these games in reverse order. I think the Offenders Geek Squad game was much more entertaining than this. Oh goodness. Yeah, the Mountain Men are up by 2 stocks here. Kazuya's at 166, still not dead. I guess that's the effect of Kazuya. He's heavy, he does good damage. You know. And depending on how the proposals for next season go, I think if the Squad Strike proposal is accepted, Kazuya is definitely going to be very, very dangerous in that system. Yeah, the Warblers are trying to come back here, but there goes Kazuya and his one-stalker man. I think this is good for the Mountain Men morale, honestly. These three, I wasn't really confident in them, but they've really done me proud this season. This group of 3, so you know I don't know. You may see more of them next season. That's all I'm gonna say. Now there goes Byleth. Maybe not Byleth as part of the 3, but Olimar and Barrett do good work, man. I'm telling you. Oh my God, come on, Mountain Men. You were ahead for this whole match. Don't lose now. Goodness gracious. Okay, 3 versus 2. You guys are done. Mountain Men win. Let's just call it now. Yeah, Barrett wins. What? There we go. Thank you, Byleth. Thank you, Byleth. Finishing what Barrett started there. Yeah. And Barrett's the player of the match. Barrett is sick, dude. Barrett's awesome. Barrett's gonna win me the championship series someday. I'm telling you now. That and the 4 draft picks I got. Yeah, congratulations on your 3rd loss of the season. Yeah. It was, yeah, the other game was definitely more exciting. In retrospect, it should have been the other way around. But no, cool. Mountain Men finally beat the Warblers. But the real message today, the championship series has been decided. It will be the Geek Squad versus the Warblers. Geek Squad, they've won the league, so they get home field advantage throughout the championship series. Whereas the Warblers will only get 1 game at home, so they better make it count. Last season, Championship Series is only 2 games long. The Offenders completely swept the Geek Squad to take our first spot in the Hall of Champions. Do you think the Warblers have it in them to do it this year? Or do you think the Geek Squad are going to take it, Ben? Yeah. So here's a couple things to think about. The Geek Squad themselves, they've won 5 games. They've only lost 1 game. The 1 game they did lose was to the Afflicted Warblers. So the Afflicted Warblers have taken a game off of this Geek Squad team from this season, but it may be very difficult. Especially they're in playoff mode now. Playoffs, the no repeats rule is no longer applicable in the championship series, so you can put in whoever you want. So it might be very difficult. The Warblers, for their part, have won a game against every single team in the league, but they've also lost a game against every single team in the league. So they're very just up. It's a coin flip whether or not the Warblers succeed at any moment. So if they flip a coin 3 times and they land on tails twice, the Warblers do. That could happen. But I think if I were a betting man, my money would be on the Geek Squad for this championship series. But anything can happen in the world of the Ultimate CPU League. Ben? Ben, you there? Okay, it seems like we lost Ben, but the season is over. 6 games are done. the Geek Squad and the Warblers are in your championship series. Those championship series games will be held over the weekend, and the victor will be put into the Hall of Champions. Also, during the championship series, the results of the Season 3 rules change poll will be announced as the series goes along. And after the series, we will take a little break, and then we'll be right back for Season 3. So don't go away. Don't turn that dial, because there's more Ultimate CPU League action coming at you very soon. Thank you very much for watching, and have a blessed day. I've been Matthias. Good night. Use Thunder. Pikachu, use Thunder Kill. Thunder Kill's not a move, man. Thunder Kill. Pikachu, use Thunder. Pikachu, that's you. He suddenly becomes very, very, articulate. Pikachu, I would like you to use your lightning ability, my good man. I do say this bourbon is quite scrumptious. This bourbon is to die for. It's smashing. I escaped to the one place that hasn't been spoiled by capitalism. Spies. Spies. I think I'll put it at the end. Spies.